Hey guys, Dan here and welcome back to another video and another reaction. And today, as asked for you guys, we're going to be reacting to FNaF Everything You Need to Know, FT MatPat. And this was suggested by Khalil. Thank you, Khalil. Khalil 16 if I'm not mistaken. And thank you for your suggestion. And beyond that, FNaF, you guys know it. I have been a huge fan on the early 2013s to I think 2015, and recently I have started to go back on the series to rewatch a few videos, some of the old musical videos that were made by the Living Tombstone. I reacted here on the channel, and they're really good. And FNAF has been one of those series that while I was in school, I watched. I grew up watching Markiplier and many other YouTubers, but usually I watch a lot of MatPats on the game theory videos about it, but there are just so many that we get lost. So I think that a video like Everything You Need to Know will be good. And considering the amount of views this has, I think a lot of people liked it, so I think I'll probably gonna like it too. So, beyond that, this is a big video. So if you guys already can, leave a like on this video and on the original video, that will be amazing. You guys are amazing either way, thank you. And beyond that, if you can leave a comment, tell me how are you, maybe leave a suggestion for a new reaction. Also, if you can, subscribe, ring the bell, and never miss a video again. Share the channel, that would be even more amazing. Which is a little bit hard considering you guys are amazing. And beyond that, I just hope you guys are okay and fine. So, let's go to the video. As you guys know, I'm gonna try to speak a little as possible to not go over the video and to not make this a 1 hour video or 1 hour editing video. So beyond that, let's go to the video. You guys are amazing. Let's go.
Ryder, do you know why I called you here?
No, MatPat of the YouTube channels Game Theory, Film Theory, Food Theory, and GT Live. I do not know why you called me here.
Well, maybe this will jog your memory.
Aw, look at this cute little plushie of a rusty metal animatronic haunted by the soul of a child whose head was bitten by a robot in 1987. Happy birthday, Tommy! Nice.
Now what do you have to say for yourself?
My videos are funny.
Mr. of a Ferret, this is without a doubt one of the most shameful displays of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, of course, MatPat is the one that
seen.
gets
It's actually amazing how almost every single thing you said was wrong.
offended
But we thought
in
you'd
a
better
jokingly
back
way
up previous
about making a
channels. You
quick
even
explanation
worked
of
on
it.
multiple FNaF videos during your time working with us, but clearly you were too busy frolicking around making videos about Bubsy and King's Quest to pay any sort of attention.
Dude, I was just the history guy.
I say
And
I
editor.
really love
Wasn't
all
doing
of
any
these
lore
editings
research.
that they give
Back then, you
MatPat's
still thought
character
Purple Guy was
about
the
the
fun guy.
eyes,
But
also
whatever,
the
I get
smile,
it.
the frown
Can I go
faces,
now?
the angry faces.
No,
I really
no,
like
not
that. It's
until you learn
really,
the
really
proper
well made.
FNaF lore, sir. Now, if you'll see here on this 92 slide PowerPoint presentation that
Oh
I made
no,
on
92?
exactly this subject, first off, this is not the bite of 87. Rather,
This is the bite of
image
83,
he chose
right?
depicts the bite of 1983. And
83.
the child in question is actually the crying child, aka the younger brother of Michael Afton. Now, Michael Afton is very important.
Help
you play
me.
as him.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to my channel, Foot of the Ferret, where, yes, a few months back, I made a video about FNaF where I got a lot of the lore wrong. And yeah, I knew it was all
Oof,
sorts of wrong.
that's why you
It
got
was a
MatPat
quick
there.
throwaway gag, and I wasn't about to do hours and hours of research and fact-checking just to get to the punchline. Nice. But even so, I want to make things up to any of the FNaF lore buffs whose heads may have exploded at the amount of inaccuracies I managed to squeeze into 15 seconds. So I decided to call in some help from the resident FNaF expert of the whole internet, MatPat from Game Theory.
Nice.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to.
Yeah, I already did that bit.
Oh, well, anyway, Five Nights at Freddy's is a long series spanning more games, books, and mysteries than you can shake a stick at. So our
True.
goal is to present you guys a complete recap
I never
of
read
the
the books,
entire
by the way.
core FNaF storyline, or at least as much as we can without delving into too many unconfirmed theories or things that could suddenly be totally rewritten by a new book, or a new game, or new movie.
I think
or
that,
decorated
I
birthday
think that
party
every
napkin
time
with
that
text that only appears after you
MatPat,
wipe your mouth 5 times. And
I think
FNaF
that
is
MatPat every time that he
infamously
makes a video,
frustrating
it
when it
makes
comes to
like 3
deciphering its lore,
theories
but I
about
think
the
once you boil it
game
all
or
down,
the
story might
book
not be as
or what
complicated
is the
as you
current
think.
story.
It's
So it's
weird,
very
don't get me
easy to
wrong,
go
but
in
we're
a
not
lot of
talking about
directions
Kingdom
with
Hearts
FNaF.
But first, I gotta say, if you like this video and you want to see more, be sure to hit the big red
Be sure to
subscribe
go
button
to
right
the
below this
original video and give a
and
like. You
ring
guys
the
know
little
it.
gray bell
Original
next to
video,
it.
give a
That
like
makes
is
sure you
always
get
a Chad
notified
move.
every time I upload in the future. It's a big help for my channel, and I
Yep.
really appreciate it. Also,
If you guys
there's
can
plenty
also
of
like
really
on this
cool
video.
Photo Affair merch for sale at the link in the description or in this little banner right below this video. But
Okay.
yeah, enough of that. So
Yeah.
get comfortable.
Let's go.
We're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think I'm very
this.
comfortable.
Everything you need to know about Five Nights at Freddy's.
So hey, it's the 70s. Ain't this just a time? Well, it certainly was for these two guys named William Afton and Henry Emily. These guys are a couple of inventors specializing in building robots and animatronics. They're also family men. William has a wife, a daughter, and 2 sons, while Henry has a daughter named Charlotte. So we got 2 groovy 70s dudes building robots to support their families. But there's just one little snag.
Was this the American
William
dream on
Afton
the FNaF
He's a
world?
crazy person. I'm not really sure why,
Yeah.
but William Afton has
William
this
Afton-
insatiable desire to kill children.
Yeah, that's where I
I'm
was
sure
going
that won't be
to.
a problem anytime soon. So instead, let's focus on this new restaurant in town that just opened, Fredbear's Family Diner. A small, locally owned family restaurant that commissions William and Henry to create some
I remember
fun
that.
Chuck E. Cheese style animatronic mascots to entertain the kids. There's a golden bear named Fredbear and a golden rabbit named Bonnie. Now, these are what are called spring lock animatronics.
Yeah.
Meaning they operate using, well, spring lock mechanisms, which are extremely dangerous. Boy, it sure is a good thing these are just robots and not mascot costumes or
Yep.
something. Hey, guess what?
They are
These
also-
mascot costumes meant
Yeah,
to be
and that's
worn by
probably,
the employees of the restaurant.
The other,
Yeah,
no, one's
come
William
work
Afton
at
and the other one's
Fredbear's Diner.
the other guy.
Sing songs, entertain families. Try not to breathe too much inside of the Springlock animatronic suits because even the slightest bit of moisture will cause the Springlock mechanisms to malfunction and clamp down on you, killing you outright.
That's how the purple guy died.
Good pizza.
That's
So
how
despite
William
this
Afton
gigantic
became
safety
Springtrap.
hazard, Fredbear's becomes a pretty popular spot for birthday parties, attracting some real good business. But things start going downhill real fast. So one night, Fredbear's is hosting a birthday party, and one of the kids attending is Henry Emily's daughter, Charlotte. But during the party, Charlotte accidentally gets locked outside in this dark alley behind the restaurant. Suddenly, a mysterious purple car drives up and out steps William Afton, who kills Charlotte outside of Fredbear's Diner
Yep,
and gets
I remember
away
that.
scot-free. William Afton, also known in the FNaF series as the Purple Guy, has claimed his first victim. Henry Emily has lost his daughter, leading him to just kinda disappear for a while. And Fredbear's has its first of many deaths tied to its name. Besides being a horrible, sad, terrible tragedy, it's also a PR nightmare. And
I
the
thought
owners
that
of Fredbear's were just like,
the first
"Nope,
5
we're
kills
out," and
came
they bailed, took the
came
money and
before
ran,
that
sold
one.
off the Fredbear franchise to new owners who pulled the flip job of the century to create Fazbear Entertainment. Not only did they get Fredbear's back on its feet, but by 1983 they've turned the franchise into a bit of a multimedia empire with a TV show, action figures, plushies, and most importantly of all, a new sister location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. See, this newly revamped Fazbear franchise introduced a slew of new characters to the lineup. The TV show was named Fredbear and Friends, after all. so
That's
they
the
added a
show we
chicken
see
named
on,
Chica, a pirate fox named Foxy,
Five
and a
Nights at
non-golden
Freddy's
bunny and bear
sister
named
location, I
Bonnie, and
believe.
of course, Freddy Fazbear. Y'all know these guys, right? Remember back in 2014 when FNaF was just these guys? Feels like decades. But yeah,
Only
Freddy,
5
Bonnie, Chica, and
animatronics,
Foxy become the
from
faces
8
of the
years
new hit
ago.
restaurant, Freddy
That's a long
Fazbear's
time.
Pizza. And
Now
things
there's
seem to be
over
back on the
50, I
up and up
believe.
for Fazbear Entertainment, which of course means one thing: somebody's about to die.
While Freddy's is up and running, Fredbear's has gotten back to business as usual. Seems to be doing fine for itself since, you know, that one time a kid died. Enter William Afton's youngest son, the crying child. Why is he crying? Well, it's implied that he has a pretty intense fear of the animatronics his dad makes, and his older brother Michael Afton really likes to torment the kid by
I
dressing
remember
up as
watching a
Foxy
long
to
time
jump
ago
scare
a
him. The
really,
kid
really old
just
video
can't
about
catch
it,
a break,
and
man. He's clearly
this is
terrified of the
very
animatronics,
different.
but is basically forced
I'm trying to
be
stay
around
open mind, but I'm
which
starting
leads
to
us
get
to one
confused a little
fateful
bit.
day
But
in
I get the timeline
1983 where
they're
the
going
crying
for.
child is celebrating his birthday at Fredbear's Family Diner. He's not having a great time, and his older brother decides to be a little cruel to the kid. He and his friends all crowd around the crying child wearing character masks, lift him up, and bring him to the main stage where Fredbear's performing. The crying child starts, well, crying and freaking out. The other kids then do what dumb kids do and take things way too far, putting the crying child inside Fredbear's mouth. Matt, I know you're the numbers guy, but I'm gonna take this one. Let's do the math here. One
Ooh,
Springlock
that
animatronic
was
suit with a
just
very
a
low
little bit
tolerance for
racist.
moisture, plus one horrified child crying rivers of tears equals
Is that the bite of 87?
No,
Oh,
2015
Markiplier.
Markiplier, that was what's known as the bite of 83. William Afton's youngest son is munched by a Golden Freddy animatronic and dies. Ooh, it's a birthday party. Can I say that? I don't know if I can say that. In the wake of this, Fazbear Entertainment decides the Springlock animatronic suits are just too dangerous to keep using.
They should have not used those.
That idea.
Imagine
So
that.
our good friends Golden Freddy and Golden Bonnie are retired from Fredbear's Diner and sent off to the new restaurant Freddy Fazbear's Pizza to be stored in their safe room. And then in walks William Afton. Now, you'd think after William Afton lost one of his kids to an animatronic he created, he would take a step back, reevaluate himself and what he's doing, and change his ways. But nah, if anything, the death of his own kid was a source of inspiration. So William goes to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and is just like, hey guys, why don't we all just not go into the safe room? You know, the safe room housing the dangerous child-killing animatronics I made? Yeah. In fact, why don't we just forget the safe rooms even exist, you know? We don't need security cameras in there, no. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and reprogram all the animatronics to not even recognize the safe room at all. Nothing suspicious going on here.
Oh yeah, so
And
that's
everyone
why they
just
could not get
goes
into
along
the
with it.
safe
I'm
room.
sure that won't lead to anything
They
horrible.
did not
So, a
imagine
few
it
years
was
later,
there.
around
Remember that on
1985,
the
something
second
horrible
game, I
happens.
believe.
5 kids mysteriously
No,
go
the
missing
the
at Freddy
third game.
Fazbear's Pizza, and the animatronics start oozing and smelling real rank. Turns out William Afton's been lurking around the pizzeria, using the decommissioned Spring Bonnie suit to lure kids into the safe room, kill them, and then hide their bodies inside the animatronic suits.
Yep.
Okay. Why? Where's the logic here? I get that you're kinda messed up, Mr. Afton, but what on earth are you hoping to accomplish by stuffing your victims into animatronics that are around dozens of people every single day? Naturally, this sparks an investigation that eventually leads to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza shutting down. So let's take a break from the robot bunnies and talk about something that's a little less scary. Clowns. Yeah, really. See, while William Afton was going around killing kids, he still found time to develop some animatronics here and there. And when he wasn't building terrifying robot animals, he was building terrifying robot people. All of them had this creepy circus theme, like this ballerina named Ballora, this balloon boy named Balloon Boy, and most importantly, this little girl named Circus Baby. Afton also redesigned some of the old Fazbear crew to fit the circus vibes as well. All that, and he still finds time for his hobbies. How does he do it? These are the Funtime animatronics.
A little free time.
Bright, shiny, happy. They seem harmless, right? Well, underneath the clown makeup were some interesting design choices. See, at this point, Afton has seen how effective his animatronics can be when it comes to helping commit his crimes. So he designed the Funtime crew with some advanced features that, to be frank, pretty sus, as if they're specifically designed to lure and kill children. I wonder what will happen.
Now, the details
Oh,
get
I
a
miss
little
so
fuzzy
much.
here,
Don't hug me, I'm
especially in terms of
scared.
the timeline, but from what I can tell, the plan was to have these animatronics available to rent out for birthday parties and events, housing them in this crazy underground storage facility. In addition, some of these animatronics were set to become the face of yet another Fazbear sister location, Circus Baby's
Pizza World.
set to swoop in and fill the hole in the market left when Freddy Fazbear's Pizza shut down. But that plan kinda fell through due to an accident involving William Afton's daughter. Because, surprise,
Yeah.
when you make animatronics specifically designed to lure and kill kids while also having multiple kids of your own, those two things might just happen to overlap once. Or twice. So, right
few
as Circus
times.
Baby's Pizza World is set to open, Afton's daughter gets just a little too close to Circus Baby and is attacked by a claw that was programmed to shoot out from her torso. This kills Afton's daughter and leads to Circus Baby's Pizza World closing for good on its opening day. The Funtime animatronics are then packed up and sent back into storage, but they still move forward.
I remember
with the
this
whole
is
rental
location's
service
opening
thing,
where
creating
William
Circus
Afton
Baby's
talks
Entertainment
about
and Rental, meaning these guys are still ready and waiting
additions
to
to
be rented
Circus
out for your next
Babies.
birthday party.
But hey, guess what? It's 1987 now.
Oh, okay,
That's
now
a
it's
great year.
1987.
I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong in 1987.
Yeah, now we get the bite.
Damn it. Yeah, even with a handful of child murders under their belt, Fazbear Entertainment decided it was time to reboot their franchise after only 4 years, opening the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza that we see in FNaF 2. The restaurant is bigger, there's new animatronics, and there are all sorts of extra security measures put in place after what happened at the last place. For instance, there's the new toy animatronics all based on a
Strange.
series
I
of
thought that
Fazbear action figures.
Five Nights at Freddy's
Yes,
2
they're
came
shiny.
before Five
Yes,
Nights at
they're
Freddy's
somehow
1.
cuter and creepier creepier at the same time, but most
So
importantly, the toy
I don't know if
animatronics
I'm
are
the one
packing
correct
some
or the
super
video
advanced
came
1980s
before
facial
that. I don't know.
recognition technology, scanning for potential predators. However, that doesn't stop William Afton from going for round 2, using the same exact spring Bonnie suit to lure and kill kids at the pizzeria. But this time, things are a little different. Afton commits his second series of murders, sparking yet another investigation of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, so the restaurant is just about to close down, but first, they got one last birthday party to host, which is a little worrying because the animatronics are going a bit funky.
Now, there's one pretty big detail about the FNaF lore we've not mentioned yet. And it's
That
kind
was
of
one of the
the
most
whole point of the
creepiest
story. There's a pretty
cameras
hard and
that you
fast
could
rule
get
in
in
the
Five
FNaF
Nights
lore.
at Freddy's.
If you are
All
a
of them
kid
looking at
killed
the
by William Afton
camera.
or any of his creations, your soul will undoubtedly go on to possess one of the animatronics. See, it all started with Charlotte, Afton's first victim. When she was killed outside of Fredbear's family diner,
got
her
the
soul
puppet.
found a new home in the diner's security animatronic, this weird, creepy puppet. Or at least that's how it looks to be conveyed in the games. Like we've said, this series is kind of frustratingly vague when it comes to their lore, but that is what it looks like. And from that point on, the puppet was working behind the scenes, following William Afton around to pick up the pieces he left behind and do what they could to set things right. I'm about to sound a lot like Matt here. As we see in one of FNAF 2's Atari-style minigames, the puppet gives the souls of Afton's victims new life inside of the animatronic suits. So our buddies Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, yeah, they're haunted. Way haunted. But wait, that's only 4 animatronics. Didn't Purple Guy kill 5 kids during the missing children's incident? Well, this is where things get a little funky. Again,
Just
because
now?
now we're dealing
Okay.
with Golden Freddy's spirit. Or should I say, spirits. So remember the bite of 1983 where the crying child got chomped by the Golden Freddy animatronic? Well, his soul is now inside of Golden Freddy, which, yeah, makes sense. But going back to that FNAF 2 minigame depicting the missing children's incident, in the very last split second, we see a 5th kid followed by a Golden Freddy jump scare. This is Cassidy, the 5th
That
victim
reminds
of the
me.
1985
This
missing
reminds me
children's
Black
incident
Man's
and the
Slice of
second
Life when it
spirit
comes
haunting
to
the
Little
Golden Freddy
Springtrap.
animatronic. And let me
When
tell ya,
because he has
Cassidy
2 souls
is
instead of him.
mad at William Afton. She is out for revenge. Keep a pin in this. It's important.
All this is to say that the FNAF 2 toy animatronics are now most likely haunted by the souls of Afton's most recent victims. You can tell because these guys start acting way more aggressive and confrontational towards adults. They're chill around kids, but if you're a grown-up, they'll start giving you the death glare. And they're not programmed to do that. So I'ma say, haunted. They're looking for revenge against William Afton. But on the day of that last birthday party, they get a tad overexcited and attack the daytime security guard, giving them a nice hard chomp on the noggin and removing their entire frontal lobe in what became infamously known
So the
as
bite of
bite
87 is a death of a
Needless to
security
say,
guard,
this gets the
according
new
to
and
them.
improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed for good. Alright, so let's tally things up. By 1987, Fazbear Entertainment has around a dozen dead kids to their name. That's almost 1 dead kid for every year they've existed. You really think by now they'd decide to call it a day, but nope. These guys decided to give it one more go in 1993. They went back to that first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location, brought back the original crew, and relaunched the pizzeria feeling just so sure about it this time. But surprise, people kinda sorta associate the Fazbear name with dead kids now, so no one comes to this new restaurant and it eventually shuts down.
One rainy night, a while after the restaurant closes down and falls into disrepair, William Afton sneaks in and starts dismantling the animatronics one by one. Little does he know that those robots got ghosts in them. The souls of his victims are released and they chase Afton down. They corner him in the back room of the pizzeria and Afton starts to panic. But then, and I don't really know
still
why he would
remember
do this, but he runs
my
into the
shock
Spring Bonnie animatronic
of
suit,
when
the
we
suit
got
he's
this
committed all these
ending
murders
on
in,
the
and hops
Five Nights at
inside. Not sure what that's
Freddy's
gonna do against
3,
the
I believe.
ghosts, but he seems to
It
think
was
it's a smart
such
move. Remember, though, that
one
these
of the
old
most
Springlock
awaited
suits are super
releases.
sensitive to
Not the best game
moisture.
on the
That's what
franchise, but
killed
one
the
of the
crying
most
child back in
awaited,
83.
the
Like I
third
said,
part
the
of
pizzeria's been abandoned for a while now.
the
It's pretty
franchise.
run down. And
And
it's
also
raining, so
these
Afton piles
revelations
into his
were
murder
very
suit,
big.
just kind of stands there for a few seconds.
Just for me
and
knowing
chomp.
that
Spring locks fail,
the
blood
moment
goes
that
everywhere, and
that he
William
died,
Afton,
there's
stuck
the moment
inside
we
the
see
Spring
him
Bonnie suit,
glitching on the
falls to
trailer.
ground
It was so
and
big for me.
dies. Fazbear Entertainment attempts to save face from the now baker's dozen of dead people attached to its name by completely walling off the back room, leaving Afton's body inside and just forgetting about it. We see all this go down during a minigame in FNaF 3. Also in that game, if you get the good ending, you get to see the puppet bring cake to a table of children. 4 of them in FNaF masks, and 1 of them crying. The puppet gives the kid cake, they stop crying, they put on a golden Freddy mask, and then they all disappear, leaving the masks behind. The puppet has set the souls free.
Now, you might have noticed that all this stuff we're talking about has next to nothing to do with what you actually do in these games. Sure, you see some of this stuff play out in minigames, but those are side things that are often hidden.
The hidden lore is very big.
You may never see a good chunk of these plot-driven minigames. So how does a purple dude killing kids lead to you as the player spending 5 nights at various robot-infested buildings, checking cameras, and avoiding death by robot chicken? Well, that is where William's older son, Michael Afton, comes back into the picture. While all of that was going on, Michael, now an adult, takes it upon himself to try and make up for his dad's crimes. At first, he was just trying to find his sister, which is a little weird considering the whole, you know, being dead thing. But remember the FNaF rule. All kids killed by Afton or his robots go
this is definitely older video. I did not see the year that this came out,
now living in the very same
but it's at least older than a year now, I believe.
William Afton knows this because one day, William, the messed up individual he is, went to his son and was like, "Oh, your sister. Yeah, she's over there. Go check it out." So Michael takes a job at Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rentals, as we see in the game's sister location. In between avoiding death by face-splitting animatronic, Michael discovers the whole "my dad killed a bunch of kids and their souls are trapped inside these animatronic suits" thing, and decides he has to do something about it.
Unfortunately, while working the night shift at the storage facility, Michael gets himself scooped, meaning the dude gets his insides ripped out of him by a machine meant to remove animatronic endoskeletons. And then this giant robot named Ennard, created by all the Funtime animatronics literally stitching parts of themselves together, jumps inside of Mike to use his body as a host.
I was so sad with this original ending on the final, the true ending. I was very sad with that ending. I felt very bad for the security guard.
Rots and turns purple. Oh, now he looks like dear old dad. Mike gets progressively worse until one day Ennard's just like, "Yeah, this place was cool at first, but kinda sucks now," and ejects himself from Michael's body. And Michael is pretty okay with it, actually. Yeah, somehow he is still alive. Not much else to do, but you know, keep doing what he was doing before, I guess.
Michael starts applying for gigs at all the various Fazbear locations that popped up over the years, with the goal of setting the souls inside the animatronics free. He lands nighttime security jobs at both the bigger 1987 pizzeria as well as the 1993 pizzeria, but is fired from both for tampering with the animatronics to, you know, save the souls of dead children, and for a general foul odor, because he is in fact a walking corpse.
Yes,
and all this comes to a head in FNaF 3 several years after the final closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The whole Fazbear name is destroyed, no doubt. But over the years, it became some kind of urban legend. So
impressive how you need so much drama to close a company.
Creating a haunted house-style horror attraction called Fazbear Frights. The place is all decked out in Freddy Fazbear memorabilia, spooky atmosphere, everything's pee-pee yellow. They went the whole 9 yards with this place, including finding a real Fazbear animatronic salvaged from the walled-off back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Yep, William Afton is back, baby! Undead, rotting, haunting his
That's the scene that on Five Nights at Freddy's trailer.
Monstrosity we all know as
Springtrap.
I guess living after death as a rotting purple corpse.
Oh, also those screens where he would be showing him behind the exoskeleton, that was so scary at the time.
Back unto the world. This could be very bad. Luckily, Fazbear Frights has a nighttime security guard. That's right, it's a family reunion. Father and son back together after all these years. Except now they're both technically dead and the son sets the dad on fire. Yeah! At the end of FNaF 3,
that's a recurring thing that happens, right? About the setting fire to Springtrap. That's a very recurrent thing.
He tried his best, but somehow, Springtrap is still out there.
But then, totally out of left field, Henry Emily comes back with a plan. After doing literally nothing this entire time, Henry jumps back into the fray by starting his own pizzeria with Michael.
I think I'm gonna start. I want to
all
sneeze.
This happen in Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria
If I
simulator.
sneeze out of nowhere,
but
sorry.
Beyond all the arcade games and googly eyes, Henry's Pizzeria is actually just a front to gather up the last few haunted animatronics animatronics and set their souls to rest. And weirdly enough, the animatronics have changed over the years. Circus Baby was apparently kicked out of the Ennard crew, now taking the form of Scrap Baby. What's left of Ennard has now taken the form of Molten Freddy. The puppet's still kicking around as this bear called Lefty. And of course, there's Springtrap. Not much different about it, it's just Springtrap. Once the gang's all together, they're all incinerated, including
This
Michael,
reveal
and
on
we
the
hear
end
voice
of the
Henry
Five
saying
Nights
his
at
final
Freddy's
goodbyes
PC
to the
Release
lost
Simulator was
souls,
so
his daughter,
big.
and his old
It was
business
one of the
partner.
greatest
But
plot
hey,
twists that the
would you
series
look
ever
at
had.
that? William Afton is still alive! Okay, how the heck does this dude keep cheating death?
Well, that's all thanks to Cassidy, the vengeful spirit haunting Golden Freddy alongside the crying child. She's been out for revenge ever since the 1985 missing children's incident. And when I say revenge, I mean she wants to make him suffer. Just killing him off isn't enough. And at this point, William Afton should be dead several times over. Dude got impaled from all angles and burned to death twice. So, physically, he's not really that much of a threat anymore, but Cassidy keeps him alive to torture him, forcing him to live through a never-ending barrage of animatronic horror in his mind as we see in FNaF Custom Night. But that's just half the story, because now there's 2 William Aftons.
Oh my god.
2?
Okay, follow me on this. Many years after all the tragedies of the Fazbear franchise occur, Scott Cawthon, some random unnamed video game developer who is not Scott Cawthon, the real-world creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, started making a bunch of horror games based on the stories of the Fazbear tragedies. Yep, FNaF is officially going full meta on us now. Not Cawthon's games become really popular, and Fazbear Entertainment is getting pretty ticked at the bad name the games are giving their company. As if they weren't already giving themselves a bad name. So they decide to fight fire with fire, no pun intended, creating their own VR horror game as a way of poking fun at themselves, discrediting
I didn't know that, I don't know if this is official lore, or if it's just them putting all the theory together.
The dev team used a few pieces of code found on some old Fazbear Entertainment hard drives. And in that code, somehow was a replication of William
so that's
Afton's
true.
consciousness.
So that's where we meet Vanny too, right?
We're going there.
This code manifested itself in-game as Glitch Trap.
Oh yeah, the
a bunny
Glitch Trap.
mascot with purple eyes who, over the course of the game, brainwashed multiple beta testers to become little William Aftons in training. Alright, this is getting a little far-fetched, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop there. In the FNaF VR DLC, Curse of Dreadbear, we see this whole William AI Afton mind-melding thing really take shape with Vanny, a
now we got
follower
Vanny.
of William Afton. We've not seen much of Vanny yet, but we know that she's someone who's played FNaF
Yeah,
VR,
so this was
brainwashed by
before,
Afton, and is
Security
now
Breach.
working for him. Also, she wears a creepy bunny mascot costume just like Glitch Trap. And it's looking like Vanny is about to become a very important player in the FNaF story. Sometime in the near future, we're going to be getting ourselves the newest FNaF game, Security
Now we already
Breach.
have.
It's bigger, it's badder, it's constantly getting delayed. It's Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I actually think it looks really good. And if the trailers and teasers are anything to go by, which they should be, in this game you're being hunted down by a killer bunny mascot with a woman's voice. That's Vanny! And until we see what all Security Breach brings to the table, that is where the story of Five Nights at Freddy's leaves off. I know it kind of feels like we just took a hard left turn right before the end there. All this talk of AI, brainwashing, and deadly VR games actually makes all the child murder and haunted animatronics actually look normal by comparison. But to me, this feels like we've reached the end of FNaF Season 1 and are entering FNaF Season 2.
At this point, FNaF is wrapping up the story we've
Only
all been decoding and piecing together
5
since
games and
2014,
a few
using
books
it as
and
a
all.
springboard to set up all the new
Only
insane
one
stories that we'll be
season?
trying to piece together until 2028.
Damn.
The main FNaF story, the story of the haunted pizzerias, missing kids, purple people in the Afton family, is largely over. A couple of pieces of it are wrapping up in the books.
Well,
at
you
this
could
point,
say that, but
really,
now I
it's just
remember
done.
seeing the
This is officially
current
the start of not
theories
even a
on
new
the
chapter, but
Security
a new
Breach.
saga of FNaF stories.
But
which, gotta
maybe.
say, super exciting,
But
'cause,
we
back
on
in
the Security
2014,
Breach
no
we
one could
got
have predicted
the
that the
kinda
creepy Chuck E.
endish
Cheese game would grow to become
of the
a
Afton
massive
family, I'd
multimedia
say.
franchise about a serial child murderer who can't die. So now that FNaF is settling in on a new path, oh man, it could go anywhere. Which means that I Can't go anywhere. I'm stuck in
Yeah,
it. I
you're
am stuck in
stuck.
this franchise until
You
the
true.
heat death of the universe.
You're stuck
Wish me
there,
luck.
MatPat.
Well,
Just
Matt's
like
gonna go and sulk in
Markiplier.
a corner for a little while, so let me just say thank you very much for watching this incredibly long video about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Believe it or
problem.
not, there are actually a ton more intricate details and mysteries that we couldn't even fit in this video. So if you want to
Yeah.
go even deeper into the lore, definitely head over to Matt's channel and check out his amazing FNaF game theories. Or if you want to hear me talk more about FNaF without going
Let me
into
just check. Yeah, we still got
the
10
lore,
seconds.
because oh my god, I got that for you too. Thank you for being patient with me while I put this behemoth of a video together.
Yeah,
and
half an
I'll
hour
see
is a
you
big
next time.
video. Okay, so that's it. So let me see when this video came out real quick. There isn't, if that isn't a problem. Let me see the top comment. Yeah, that was over a year ago. I don't know if if this video is got everything, but I remember watching a very different video. I don't know, because a lot of the story is kind of loose with many hard facts, but not in the timeline. But I remember the story of Five Nights at Freddy's being a whole lot different, because I don't remember the name of the video, but I also watched the entire story of Five Nights at Freddy's from another YouTuber once, where the chronology was very, very different. The motivations of the characters, they used more books and moments of the books. But I'd say that I like this. This is a good introduction for Five Nights at Freddy's. Even though my view of it is, as in the timeline, is different, I like the video. I also like very much MatPat. I think he's a very good YouTuber and he's a very good narrator and he's very charismatic. Even if we're just seeing just a few pictures of him, I think he does a very good job. But so guys, did you guys like the video? Did you guys learn a little bit more about Five Nights at Freddy's? I sure remember a lot. I never seen the VR games, but I just had a little bit nostalgia remembering all the old trailers, how I felt. It was really cool. So guys, remember, go to the original video and give them a like. Give a like on this video, leave a comment, tell me how your day is, subscribe, ring the bell, share the channel, all of this and that. Okay? And before you go, I just hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys are okay. I hope I can see you guys tomorrow and many days after that, okay? After so many okays, I think it's time to say goodbye, okay? Okay. Bye!